Welcome back to the Great Debaters Podcast. This is season 3, and I'm your host, Chris Canty. We have Elijiah Miller, Walter Wheatons, and Marcel Smith. Our other great debaters are not here today, but they will be here later in the season. But we're going to kickstart off this episode real quick because Elijiah Miller has a debate that I really want to get into. But before we get into that, we're going to start off with this icebreaker. Now, we have 9 cities here. We have Group A, Group B, Group C. And we're going to see which group you guys want to go to individually. So A, we have, of course, New York City, Brooklyn Bridge, and the not Twin Towers, but One World Trade Center. The second one down is Miami, of course, the palm trees and the neon signs. And at the bottom, we have the historical sites, which in A would be Washington, D.C. So B would be Chicago, Vegas, the party cities, and the historical city would be Philadelphia. C would be the biggest city would be Los Angeles. The party city would be New Orleans, and the final city would be Boston.
Ooh, I like C, but throwing Boston in there as a ringer is
Yeah, man. If they would move Chicago over to C, it would be C without even a blink of an eye.
So it's trade Chicago for Los Angeles?
No, trade Chicago for Boston. I'm not going to Boston.
You're not shipping up to Boston?
No, their voices
Boston.
annoy me.
Boston. Get some coffee.
I don't want to hear Wiki.
Part of the Michigan accent is based in Boston, right?
I don't believe you. I don't sound like Boston at all. I sound like Detroit.
No.
You have me entirely twisted.
No. Look, from a cultural standpoint, a lot of people that settled in Massachusetts ended up coming into Michigan.
Sure, but I don't like the way Michiganders sound either. I like the way Detroit sounds.
We're not going to get into geography right now, but anyway. But we are because we're talking about this right now. So
here's the question: is do you party it up with Mr. Worldwide and DJ Khaled?
No.
All right.
That sounds awful to me.
Do you go to 50 casinos and 100 pools
and lose all your money? No.
Or do you sweat your ass off?
I'd rather pick B only because I don't mind Vegas and I don't mind Philly, and those are two cities I would love to go to eventually. And Chicago is probably one of my favorite cities in America.
Chicago is also one of my favorite cities.
True. So the problem I have is California and New Orleans are probably my bigger destination points over Las Vegas and Philadelphia. Personally, I just don't want to go to Boston, but I really want to go to LA and New Orleans.
No one wants to go to Miami or Washington, D.C.
So
no.
I would like.
No.
Look, I'll admit I've never been to DC. I do want to go. Just to say I've gone. I've been there. I've done the site too. Plus, my degree would fit in very well there. Y'all know something crazy about One World Trade Center?
What's crazy about it?
So, if you had
that many people don't know.
No, if you had to guess on the height of the building, what would it be?
It would be 1776.
It is. It's 1,776 feet from the base to the spire, to the top of the spire, which is America's literal middle finger.
But hey, Britain.
No. It's
New York.
It's World Trade Center. I mean, one tower is definitely. I think it's better than having two.
Yeah, but what if it's not actually 1,776 feet? Like they said that, and we're supposed to just believe that. Like, did anyone get a measuring tape out? And
I need to go up there and get just a ruler, not a tape measure, a ruler.
Just a ruler.
Look,
all the way up. All right, now mark this point in the air. Now mark this point in the air.
Look, because of my my job, I'm more inclined to believe what's on the blueprints and what's being told to the city.
Do you believe your government? That's my question.
The government didn't build that.
But do you not believe that is a government regulated and funded building?
They're like, nah, we want a 1776 with a spire.
Do you believe that with the shadow of a doubt that it was not possible for them to forge this information?
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah,
Shout out to the I'm sorry, y'all. Shout out to the Illuminati for Group A. We have New York and Washington, D.C. in the group.
I mean, you have to throw Miami in there too, because if you think about Miami, I tell people all the time there is some crazy things going on in Miami. First of all, they shoot people too. Second of all,
They do.
They shoot people in Florida.
I do.
Second, it is the like. I don't know how Florida hasn't detached based on the amount of hurricanes and tornadoes it's had. Just monthly.
I mean,
maybe
land,
even weekly.
That's not how land works, but okay.
Listen, I understand how land works. Florida should have sank or ripped apart at some point. There should be no infrastructure down there, considering what they get hit with on a weekly basis.
Well, I mean,
they also have the worst ghettos too. Just saying, Miami.
Well, so at some point,
why do you think? Because they keep getting Noah's Ark to run through their little neighborhood. They got little
Noah's Ark.
They're not making it out.
Hey, no, here, okay, but like in that same vein, you can say the same thing about New Orleans. How is New Orleans still standing?
It's not. That's my point. It's barely standing.
Yeah, it's on like
it's suffering.
Fix and bubble gum.
George Bush still doesn't care about black people.
Well, the problem with New Orleans is 600 feet below sea level, right? Like,
it's a big problem. The problem with Florida is they can't stay away from water
or guns.
So it's Michigan, just more humid.
Hey. I would say it's the same.
Not necessarily.
But if you're surrounded by water like that, it's going to be humid. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad time. You're gonna feel the effect of it. The only reason we don't feel it as bad up here is because we get snow and not.
Yeah, because Florida, man, Florida is a different type of humid. Florida, you go down there and sweat, and die of dehydration. It's a different beast.
So that's when you sit there and go, look, man, I landed in Orlando and I've never seen a plane sweat before, but like,
man,
you're about to sweat in a second. You're gonna sweat, then it's gonna get cold, then it's gonna rain, then you're gonna sweat again, then it's gonna get hot again, then you're gonna sweat again, then it's gonna rain again. That's just Florida.
Look, I spent a week in Florida. I know how it is.
I remember the PJ's clip when he's just looking at the ground when he's landing in California, and he's like, I've never seen the heat waves come this high off the ground before.
This nigga said PJs. Oh Lord.
So, but if you break it down, because essentially, like, I don't know, Group A is good. New York is New York. New York is its own thing. Miami is all right. I like the colors.
That's what brought my eye.
He was like, ooh, hey.
Well, no, because I saw that and I was like, oh my God, Miami looks beautiful. But then I remember DJ Khaled's there, and I don't really want to say where DJ Khaled.
You gotta deal with DJ Khaled, Pitbull, and Flow Rider.
It's a whole other story.
Although it would be kind of cool being that close to Cuba, take a day trip.
No,
I would.
What if there's another missile crisis?
No,
Cuba or the Bahamas.
No, I really wouldn't mind going to Cuba. I think it'd be really cool.
I think it'd be cool too.
First of all, they say Cuba.
Okay, Cuba, whatever. Cuba.
Okay, wait, hold on. Don't tell me you're one of those people that pronounces Barcelona.
Well, that's how they say it. That's how they say it.
I know that's how they say it, but
I feel like naturally. So I feel like Barcelona was probably named by Barcelonians. No. Which means when they I don't know what you would call them. Spaniards.
I thought it was Catalonians. Catalonia. That's the region or something. But anyway.
Anyways, I would just assume that if it's a name of a place and it was named by the people of that place, then you should probably call it whatever they call it, because that's what they call it, and that's what they named it. They didn't say Barcelona, they said Barcelona. So that it's Barcelona. It's just like Mexico.
Well, I agree. Well, hold up. No, and I agree with you for the most part. But also your language and dialect also affects how you say things. So yeah, like for the Barcelona example, that dialect and that language does have a lot softer C. So it does come out Barcelona. In the same respect of like Cuba, but also if I say Cuba, and I probably will for a while, Cuba,
and that's that.
Hey,
I
never said Cuba in my life. I just think that if I went to Cuba, I wouldn't go to Cuba and say I love it here in Cuba. Oh, you Cubans are so Cuban.
No,
Cubans. You ever met
What?
Mark Cuban?
I agree. No, and that's my point. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Like if I was in Cuba, if I'm going to go somewhere that pronounces things a little differently, I'm going to try my best to pronounce it the way that it should be pronounced. Not to say that we shouldn't do that when we're not there, but tonal inflections sometimes don't always permit that to happen.
So
many ways I can
it's
drag
just
this
like-
to our earlier conversation.
So it's
Oh,
just
boy.
Stewie saying wheat thins.
Wheat thins, yeah.
Besides wheat thins or wheat thins.
If the founder of the company Wheat Thins said it is pronounced wheat thins, then I would have to give him the respect that even though I know wheat is spelled wheat and it's pronounced wheat, that name of that
Yes,
brand
sir.
is not wheat.
I'll say
It's
wheat thins.
Wheat Thins. Oh wow.
Okay, so let me ask you.
Wow.
I had
we
a
went
good one
there.
lined up for that.
I had to go there. I had to go there. That's what we were talking about before the show. Anyway, go ahead.
It's not in the same if a cow says jump, but it's I think it ties in the same thing of
Wait, what?
gender.
Oh boy.
You never heard that? Nobody ever heard that? No, it's just me. Okay, never mind.
Cow says jump. No.
Okay, if your friend says jump off a bridge.
Okay, I've heard that one. I never heard a cow says jump.
It's not.
Like,
It's not the same as that. It's more so. I think like in the same way of gender identity.
Yeah.
There's another one.
The respect of. Oh my god! I should give you the respect of whatever you want to be called or whatever you want to call your property or entities.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. So Chicago.
So probably B is what I'm saying. It's like the answer is B.
Yeah,
I haven't been to Philly. I do want to go. I heard it's actually pretty nice.
It's nice.
I would love to actually get a Philly cheesesteak. I hear that is.
Oh my gosh, they're the best. I've had 9 in one day.
Oh my goodness!
How, sir? How?
Hey,
Slay?
I go to each. I go to
for a month.
I was. Yeah, I went to like each one, and I got like the 6-inch, the half cheesesteak from each one.
First of all, do you know what you did to your colon, your liver?
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
So much steak. You
this man was over here dripping cheesesteak juices on the Liberty Bell. Like,
hey man, it was.
I
delicious.
love how quickly you just shed responsibility.
It was a great time
from you consuming the food.
It's a great
you
time.
ate it. No, I didn't. I didn't do it. I didn't eat it.
I never said I didn't eat it. I was like, I just had a great time. It was great. It was great.
Oh man. No, I'm in a weird spot because I want to go with B because Vegas is Vegas, and I want to get there before the Hoover Dam or before like the water dries up completely.
It's very windy there.
Well, it's a dust bowl. Of course it is.
Very windy.
Yeah, because it's a basin. It literally, yes.
Mm-hmm. It's just wind, just going through. It's a wind tunnel. That's
basically. About to say, I do love Chicago. I love Chicago a lot. Even when I was there in the middle of winter and got caught in a blizzard, I still loved it.
Ooh, see, now that's where you got me a look because we was walking on them icy roads. Chicago does not know how to salt a damn thing.
No, we were there a few years ago in January. We had a funeral to go to. So we stayed at my cousin's place, and she lived in up in the northern end of downtown. And I was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. I just want to get out of this cramped little space and get out and explore because I hadn't been to Chicago in about 3 or 4 years. Just want to see what was what and all that. And so we ended up walking down to this small little donut shop that's across the street from the Ferrari dealer or no, the Aston Martin dealership or something.
Subtle flex.
Not even. When I tell you it was still a long walk, but we went and we were walking and we got caught in that's when we got caught in the blizzard. So we had to go up to we ended up back on Lakeshore over by the roastery and said we're gonna stay here till this calms down. It took about a half an hour before snow finally stopped. It was okay, we can walk back, and by the time we got back, we were literally just covered in ice crystals. It sucked, but it was how sometimes things suck, but they don't suck that bad.
Yeah. I've been there, bro. I know.
That's what it was. Like, man, this is.
You mean a poopy moment?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've been there. I got a story.
It's still not bad, but it's that's how that was. But yeah, And then Philly, like I said, I haven't been to Philly, but I do want to go.
Philly's amazing.
I'm more inclined to pick B just because I do want to go to LA. I would love to go to LA. And
LA's
I really want to
amazing.
go to New Orleans, especially during Mardi Gras. I know it's just like it's completely just wild. And Bourbon Street is just inaccessible during that time. But like I think it would be cool just to experience once in my lifetime. I'm still caught up on Boston. What is in Boston?
A lot
Nothing.
of historical stuff. They have clam chowder.
Coolers.
They have the Red Sox. They have the Patriots.
Cream
they have the
pies.
Celtics.
Okay, that is. I do want.
John
I do
Cena.
want to go to. I do want to go to Fenway
Mark
Park.
Wahlberg.
I would love to go to Fenway Park.
Yeah.
Why?
But that's pretty much it.
You're gonna
I
have
like
so much
baseball.
beer on you by the time you leave. It's not gonna be funny.
I like baseball, man.
Baseball's amazing. And Boston is a great place for baseball.
I like baseball too, but I never.
I will
said
show
who.
up to the Red Sox game with a Yankees jersey on. That's how much of a baseball
No,
fan
see.
I am.
I will show up to the Red Sox game with a fuck the Red Sox jersey on.
I thought you said this was the Yankees. What the motherfucking Red
I will
Sox?
come there dressed as Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter. God, at the Boston game?
At the Boston game.
Oh, that's extreme sports.
No, that's some disrespect.
That's what the whole goal would be if I'm in a place like Boston. How can I disrespect this filthy place?
It's filthy now?
Uh-oh.
It's a lot of things.
I'm waiting for the how dare you say that about Boston?
Boston. I like LA. Not a fan of New Orleans, just because I hate seafood and Cajun food.
Oh,
You ate Cajun food?
Yeah, I'm not a fan
no
of it.
pun intended, but that's a hot take.
That was good. That was good.
But it is a hot take.
It's a hot take. I'm not a fan.
That is a hot take.
It's good, but I'm not a huge fan of it.
Damn.
It's like deep dish in Chicago. I like it, but it's not my go-to.
Everything I like is my go-to.
Man, I want to go back. I want to go back to
people like, what's your favorite restaurant? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't. You can't ask me what my favorite restaurant is. Red Lobsters, Olive Garden, Chili's, Qdoba.
Wait, you
Blaze.
like Olive Garden?
Is it food? Does it have taste
Is
and
it
flavor?
food?
Yes.
Olive Garden is disgusting. So is Red Lobster.
Does it dissolve?
Was I able to
Is it
chew it and
food?
consume it without dying? Yes. Then it was food and I liked it.
Man,
Plus, I'm in Detroit. We got Sweetwater, Dutch Girl Donuts.
I was just
Coney
down there
Island
yesterday.
everywhere.
I was just down to
Dutch
Sweetwater
Girl is
yesterday.
closed.
No, I was at
Sweetwater's great.
Sweetwater, yeah.
I need some Sweetwater wings in my life right about now.
Yeah, the person I picked up yesterday had the wings in her. She had like a 10-piece. I was like, man, I wish I had some wings right now.
Ain't no such thing as a 10-piece in Sweetwater no more. They give you 7 and tell you to get out.
Ah,
You got a 10-piece, you bought 2 of them.
True.
They said that little chicken shortage shit, and they said, "Listen, brothers,
brother,
we've been
if you want a
supplying y'all for a
10-piece, you're
while."
paying a good $35.
I just was talking about, it's bad. You know that a black man is about to say some really foul stuff to you if he calls you brother.
Brother, listen.
My brother.
It is time.
It's time to go.
It's time to bounce. It's time to go.
But yeah, so let's do a vote. I gotta go with, because I've been to Vegas twice. I'm not a huge fan. Chicago. It's not one of my favorite cities, but it's there. It's close by. I'll go.
It's everybody's favorite city.
And then Philadelphia is one of my favorite cities, but 2 of those are gone. So B can't be it. Love Los Angeles. Hate New Orleans. Boston's okay.
Whoa.
You gotta stop with this.
You missed that whole
Yeah,
conversation.
you missed
the whole New Orleans diss. You missed the whole New
disrespect.
Orleans diss, Marcel.
He don't like New Orleans. It's fine.
I was taken back,
I'm not a
man.
huge fan of New Orleans.
Wow.
I don't know how.
And Boston's just Boston.
I mean,
But I do like Miami. I do like
DC,
DC, and I love New York.
Can I trade Boston for Toronto?
We can't trade. No, just United States cities.
Can I trade Boston?
I feel like it's not fair because it's 2 great destinations and then an obviously city that I do not want to go to.
Yep.
Like I don't mind New York, I don't mind Miami. I'm not going to DC. I don't mind Chicago. I
DC's
really don't
amazing.
mind Philly. I don't want to go to Vegas. I love California. I love New Orleans. Who wants to go to Boston?
I was like, how can I mess this up? Boston.
Boston's the city that like goes into the restaurant and says, he's here anyway. Let's just invite him in. Yeah. This is nothing more than a gimme.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with A for me. Just because I like New York City. DC has stuff that people don't like to talk about DC, but I like it. A lot of Black excellence goes on in DC.
That is
Howard and
I'm
the
gonna
other
wrap
Black
up
communities
your experience
in DC. And Miami is Miami. We can't really talk about it on the show. We can talk about it on Mark After Dark, but not right here.
To quote Will Smith, but we ain't gonna do that right now.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do that right now.
All of A just sounds like you're Mr. Worldwide.
Yeah, exactly.
Jay Khaled.
So I'm going with A. So Marcel, what you got?
I'm picking C.
Okay. C.
Because I always wanted to go to New Orleans. I don't care if it's flooded. I don't care if it smells like bath water.
Wait, you can't say I don't care if it's flooded.
This man was like, give me Belle Delphine's New Orleans bath water. Let's go right now. Like,
give me Katrina one more time. Let me walk through that bitch again.
Belle Delphine's bathwater just sounds like a.
All right, so Marcel says C.
But everybody knows that Boston smells like Belle Out porta parties. But
dang, why gotta be Belle Out?
See, I keep telling you, much, man. Boston is dirty. Name a person from Boston that ever washed their ass.
Mark Wahlberg.
You think he washes up?
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch? Of course he
That
did.
man still got the sweat he had on in that video.
But so, to be fair, they are called the Funky Bunch.
I'm just trying to get everybody to catch up to me, man. Boston is dirty.
All right.
You got the man named John Cena. You know why you can't see him? He's so dirty. He looks like camouflage. That's why you can't see him.
Damn. Okay. Marcel says C. Elijah, what you got?
B. Obviously not C.
B. Okay. And then Walter, of course, you said B, right? Walter is the tiebreaker.
It's definitely not Miami, and it's definitely not Boston.
All right, so here's my problem. Here's my take. I'm a germaphobe, right? So Las Vegas sounds like a lot of fun, but I know for as hot as it would be, I would want to go hang out at the pools, and I just can't do that. Because they dirty. They got E. coli.
Silver slot machines.
Yeah. Say Vegas is not a very sanitary place. But no, I don't know, because the problem is I love Chicago. I absolutely love Chicago. Los Angeles is beautiful in the right areas. And the same with New York. If you hit certain parts of New York are absolutely beautiful. Some parts are not. Chicago's got that overall, like, it's good, it's bad. Like you know what to expect when you go to Chicago.
Of course.
I don't know. Like, I do want to go to Boston, but I'm in no hurry to get to Boston.
Me neither.
Not to say that Boston's not a decent city, and shout out to our Boston viewers, but like our Boston listeners, but like I don't know. But I feel the same. I feel the same way about Philly. And
really,
I
always forget about Philly. Every time I think about
Philly like that, wait.
No.
Every time I think about
what I mean is, like, I want to go, but I'm in no hurry to get there. Is what I mean.
Every time I think about Philly, I think about Philadelphia at all. I don't think of Philadelphia or Boston. I think of New York.
Only reason I'm not eager is because I don't have a gun.
God damn.
Jesus.
That sounds okay. Yeah. Watch list CIA people. I need to rephrase for you guys listening. I don't have anything to protect myself from the very, very, very criminal minded people of Philadelphia that exist.
Okay, there's criminals in each of these cities we have right.
Look, man, just
now.
get
Nah,
no.
the
Look,
Philly-
just
the Philly
get
ones
Ben
are
Simmons to
different.
protect you. You'll be okay.
The Philly ones are making a dance called "Get Sturdy" with where they bend down with a AR-15 in their pants and somehow manage to jump around with it and it doesn't fall out.
Okay,
These
Hey,
people are bad.
okay. So
we
Walter,
just-
what's your choice?
You know what?
Drum
I'm gonna
roll,
go see.
please.
I'm gonna go see.
Oh, he said C.
Oh, you're going to
Listen.
Boston.
We're going to Boston. We're going to LA, New Orleans,
I'll go to
Boston.
Yeah, because the
Technically-
whatever happens in Boston will be immediately offset the second I step foot in LAX.
Damn.
Actually, technically, you said going to Boston. You never said we had to stay there.
No, I'm just saying these are like the places. These are the groups of places you would have to go. Like you would go to LA, New Orleans,
Spend
and
a day
Boston.
or two, yeah.
Yeah, spend a day. Like,
I'm spending
a
an
weekend.
hour in Boston and nothing else.
But the way
you just a layover.
Bro,
the way I look at it, there's a lot of, and this is again, I mean, this is me looking at it from like a historical standpoint. There's a lot of history in Boston, and there's a lot of history in New Orleans. There's a lot of history in DC and New York as well, but a lot of it's written. There's a lot of unwritten history.
There's history in all these cities. What are you
Oh, trust
talking
me.
There is.
When I get to Vegas and Philly, I'm gonna make history.
They're really trying to make history with these guns, man. All right.
so you gonna make history? With
No,
them?
I have
Oh,
that had nothing to do with weaponry.
I'm just saying, oh,
you a thought.
God damn. Anyway, we're gonna talk about Elijah's argument.
Y'all wrong. Y'all so wrong.
We're gonna get into this thriller album, debauchery, and BS.
Okay.
So Elijah Miller said on my podcast, the KrisCross Corner podcast, a few weeks ago, he said that Thriller was the best song on the Thriller album.
And
Now
I stand by it.
he's gonna stand by it, and we're all gonna be quiet right now, and he's gonna give us his defense. Go ahead, Elijah.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say and preface with is I love the Thriller album in its entirety, every single song. I think the fact that Michael Jackson put Thriller and then Beat It and then Billie Jean, the Human Nature, and PYT all in a row is pretty disrespectful to anybody else's music industry at the time, and I don't know how you would think of beating them. On top of that, every single song is pretty much a classic. I can't think of a song on this album that I didn't hear at a cookout at some point or at some kind of family function. But when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, there's not a single song on this album that is even holding a candle to Thriller in terms of its relevance, its importance, its cultural importance, its sonic masterfulness. It's the masterpiece from start to end, the entire thing. And I see Chris is worried and concerned, but we'll have plenty of time for you to argue because there really is an argument for any piece of the Thriller song, from Vincent Price to the writing to the score to everything that comes after that song comes out, being the launch of his career, just the amount of Grammys this man took home. Well, I think it's 13 or 14 Grammys is crazy. I don't know how you can even tell me that PYT, Billie Jean, Human Nature, Want to Be Starting Something are even close. That is all.
All right. Are you finished or are you done?
I mean, I can go on forever.
You said Thriller. Okay. So Thriller is, I would say on that whole album, it is probably the best music video of all the 9 songs on that album, which
it's probably the best music video of all time.
It is probably one of the best music videos of all time. However, you have the most iconic Michael Jackson song of all time on this album, besides Thriller. You have Billie Jean. You have Human Nature. You have Beat It. You also have Want to Be Starting Something. Mama Say, Mama Sama Makusa. Okay.
I understand.
PYT.
Mm-hmm.
The Girl Is Mine with Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Be
Not holding
Mine.
a candle.
And Lady in My Life.
It's not holding a candle. It's 9 songs.
I'm saying that Thriller isn't the best song on the album because Billie Jean and Beat It are on the same album. That's my argument.
Okay. I will counter your argument with a simple acknowledgement. First of all, I preface everything with the fact that he put those 5 songs back to back is ridiculous because every song is a classic, which is why this argument becomes very, 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 very difficult. They're all classic songs. We're talking about songs that have not been defeated for decades now.
Mm-hmm. Billie Jean.
I don't think you get the rest of this album without Thriller. I think the reason that the title song is Thriller is because Thriller. I don't think, now this is me just going into my music perspective, and I would love to hear what Mr. Wheat Thins says about it, because
what about me?
I know a lot of people who have made a song and thought this song was really, really, really good, and that song will end up somewhere in the middle of the album, but it's probably the song that sparked the entirety of the album, and that's just where it was placed. I think Thriller probably had that much of an impact on that album. I think it's the reason why the title song becomes Thriller. Even if they made it at the end, it still says a lot to the energy in the studio when they went, we made this song called Thriller, and that's also the name of the album. That's usually the
best music video.
title tracks. Usually the effect of the title tracks, either the title track or the outro track.
Yeah. They could have named it Billie Jean. You never know.
Yeah,
they would have never named this album Billie Jean, and that's my point. You say they could have.
They could have.
Obviously, Thriller had much more of the importance if they went ahead and said, we're not going to name it Billie Jean, we're going to name it Thriller. Especially if they made Billie Jean first and said, this is a really good song. I feel a really creative spark about this whole album. I'm going to make all this beautiful music, and then he makes Thriller, and he thinks, I still think Billie Jean is the one.
Shit.
And he names it Billie Jean. It's Billie Jean. He could have named it Human Nature. That would have been a great album title. No, he said Thriller.
So do you think that that Thriller is his best song, or it's just his best song on
this album? I think Thriller
is
quite possibly the greatest song of all time.
The greatest song of all time?
Ooh, that's
all time.
You know that's a hot take, but that's not that much of a hot take.
It's not much. It'll be in the top. It'll be in the top 25.
So this is where my headspace comes. Obviously, you're not going to find a bigger artist nor celebrity than Michael Jackson ever. Are we all in agreement of that?
Beyonce.
He's just the world's megastar. Everyone in the globe knows him.
I think it depends. I really think it depends, because there are some.
Okay, this is usually this is my argument. I tell my dad all the time. You grew up with the Anita Bakers, Aretha Franklins, and everything. I had kids who are like 10 years old. When Aretha Franklin died, they did not know who that was. Michael Jackson died before they were born, and they know who he is. There's a difference between Michael Jackson's status and just the status of everyone who came before him. I understand the level of celebrity everyone has and who was up there with him, but no one is going to outlast Michael Jackson's impact. It's far too big.
But this is where I can agree and disagree with that, because in some respects I agree, but you're also looking at it. I guess it also depends on which community you're looking at too, because and also which genre of music, because I will agree there will never be a bigger pop star than Michael Jackson. But when you start getting to other genres, I think that's when you can start kind of.
I don't think it would matter. I think if you had a 10-year-old that listened to country music all his life, he'd know who Michael Jackson is.
Well,
I think if you had a 10-year-old who listened to nothing but Caribbean music, I feel like if you had 10-year-olds in the slums of Africa where they have no internet, they know who Michael Jackson is. I feel like his impact is one of those that it just is that big. In the same way that I know everyone knows like the story of Jesus, right? It's such a big, well-spread story that most of the world knows it. It's hard to find a place where they didn't know who Jesus was.
And I'll agree. Like I said, I agree to a certain extent, but you also have like, if we're talking solo artists, then yes. When we start talking like groups and bands, that's where I think you might lose a little bit of that argument.
Name a group that's bigger than Michael Jackson, because please believe that
The
Queen
Rolling
tried
Stones,
to
the Beatles.
do it. Eagles tried
Beatles.
to
Come on
do
now.
it. You think the Beatles are bigger than Michael Jackson?
100%, I believe so. Yes.
I do not believe the Beatles are making bigger than Michael Jackson by even a long shot.
There wouldn't be no Michael Jackson without the Beatles.
That sounds crazy.
But not inaccurate.
That sounds very inaccurate.
There would be no Michael Jackson without the Beatles, because without the Beatles masters, he wouldn't be this rich. So stop it.
That's true. He's not wrong at all.
Wait, is that where we're going?
Yes,
No.
we're going there. We're going there.
No. If we're going there, then let me tell you this.
No, wait, hold up.
I don't think the Beatles make his career. Do you know how much of a backhand it is to the Beatles?
Wait.
No, because that's a disrespectful point. You got to think about this. You just brought up the Beatles and then used the point against them that the Beatles made this man's career richer. That is not at all the case of how that happened.
It is how it happened.
Said,
Hold on.
Wait,
Hold on.
I have one thing to say.
Go ahead, Walter. Go ahead, Walter.
I will say
I have the power. Go
that
ahead.
is a Chris ideal, not mine.
What do you mean? It's not a Chris ideal. That's what happened in real life.
No, it is to an extent, but no, I do think that the Beatles were bigger than Michael Jackson, and I think they will be for a while, because they're similar to Michael Jackson. They also have a lasting impact, more than just in their music. They have other things today that they've got going on. Like, in the same way a lot of people know the Beatles, I think that, and I agree with Elijah on a certain point. Like, yes, there will be people until the end of time that know who Michael Jackson is, but I do not think that Michael Jackson is the biggest. The biggest artist there is.
I disagree for two reasons, and these are two big points for me. One, just as a counter to Chris's argument, even to say that even no. Listen. Even to say that the Beatles are bigger than Michael Jackson, and then to immediately behind follow up with that is the perfect point as to why the Beatles are not bigger than Michael Jackson. This man, Michael Jackson, had no problem with the Beatles. The Beatles made one sly comment to Michael Jackson and he bought them. That's a different level of a person. That's a whole different level of celebrity. You're talking about who's bigger. You're thinking about music, maybe in terms of music and how many people listen to the music and know the music. Just know the music and the songs, all the words to them, and are big fans of it. I can't argue there. I don't really know the Beatles pull like that in terms of their outlook. What I would say as an argument to that is there was just a big ass Twitter campaign and debate about whether the Beatles were trash or not, where half of the internet was arguing that the Beatles were never good, and the other half was arguing that the Beatles have always been great. They're one of the greatest bands. Okay, I fall on the side that I think the Beatles are great. I do not think that a single soul on earth has ever started or even fabricated a campaign that Michael Jackson is trash.
Oh, they have.
It wouldn't be possible.
Oh, they have.
They have, though.
They have. More for his character than his music. But no, I will.
When the white Michael Jackson came out and he did the "This Is It" tour and it was mid.
The white Michael Jackson.
You mean? He wasn't lying though. That was it. That was it. No, I will.
Yo, that is sick. That really was it though.
That really was it. No, if I can here, I would argue though. Yeah, because I mean, and that's the thing. Like, I know the Beatles pull a little bit more. And they a lot of stuff that they did is still there, still around. And the people, I haven't, because I'm not on Twitter that much, but the thing is, what I've noticed is that a lot of people that make arguments like that only listen to one type of music, or they're not well versed in music and music theory. The Beatles did a lot with music theory, and that's the reason why people will be like, oh, they don't sound good. It's not that they don't sound good, it's that they decided to play things differently. And I think that really worked for them. It was also a different time. I think that I think what I mean though is, like, I think that if you put them out in the same time, I do think Mike would edge ahead, but I don't think it will be as big as I think you think it would be, Elijah.
Oh, I think it'd be huge.
Not Michael Jackson, I in the 60s?
Here's what I think about. I remember watching a video where, they do like the album sales or this over the years, and just you can see the numbers jump and how the graph rises and
Yeah.
leaves and dips. And I was watching just like all of the pop artists from I think it was like 1960 to 2000. And I just kept seeing Michael Jackson just every time one of them would pop up, you could tell it's like, oh, they put out an album. And then Michael Jackson would just, and then they would pop up. And Michael Jackson just, I never, ever once caught a glimpse. Even in the point in which they were saying, oh, Michael Jackson's Trash, this is it tour. There's not a point in which he does not take off and surge. No. Way crazier than I saw the Eagles, then I saw the Beatles, then I saw Prince, then I saw Madonna. All of these people who are huge.
We're not making a case for the Eagles, which somebody
we'll never make a case for the
I'm
Eagles.
not the person to make that case.
Ever.
But I will say, the same thing kind of happened with the Beatles. The Beatles just kind of shot themselves in the foot in the late 60s, though.
I mean, they did, but then they broke up in 1970.
Technically, someone shot John Lennon in the face. That's kind of
how that was in the 80s.
John Lennon died in 1980.
Yeah, no, like John Lennon, like the band had been broken up for like a decade before Lennon had died.
I know,
yeah. But I guess that's the thing is like my thing is like, okay, like I said, music theory wise, like popularity wise, you're correct. I don't think there will ever be anybody as popular as Michael Jackson. I think Bruno Mars is trying, and he made a pretty decent run.
Bruno Mars is not close. Drake is probably a bigger artist.
Let me finish my point, man. That's what I'm saying. Like he made a decent run, but I don't think he'll get there. But if we're talking music and music theory wise, I'm a little more inclined to edge towards the Beatles. Overall, Mike has some good. He has a lot of good. And he did some very interesting things with music, like with music and music theory, on its own. But I think if we're talking overall, I would edge out a little bit more towards like I'll put it like this: the Beatles were better musicians, but Mike was a better songwriter. If that makes sense.
That's what I get to, and that's where I go. Okay, if that's going to be the argument, then I wouldn't even put
the whole argument.
Mike up against the. I wouldn't put Mike up against the Beatles in the first place unless you're talking about the songs that they made in their entireties. And I would still pick Michael Jackson because at that point you're talking about Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones,
the culture. That's the culture.
Yeah, I'm not going to put Michael Jackson one man against the entire band, the Beatles, in terms of their music.
Juneteenth.
Okay, that would be like me putting Jimi Hendrix up against Elton John. There's no way to score it.
That's not fair. That's not fair to Jimmy.
That's my point.
Don't do that to Jimmy.
Don't do that to Elton. They play two different instruments very well.
Do that to Elton. What? Elton has a way bigger catalog than Jimi Hendrix. Stop it.
It's not my point. Jimi Hendrix plays the guitar very well.
He does.
Elton John plays the piano very well. I cannot pick.
He has not played. Yes, he has not played a guitar since like the 70s, man.
I apologize. Played. Elton John plays the piano very.
He's also hasn't breathed since 1970, but it's okay.
My point.
But I would not put them their catalog up against each other because I would be listening to two completely different fields. Now, if I wanted to put them versus each other, I would look at them and them as a whole. And obviously,
so you're talking like the entire. You're talking about like the Michael Jackson unit, right? Like the other musicians, the other writers, producers, all that.
It'd be the same thing. I used to say all the time, I love the big Michael Jackson and Prince because I think they do have a great duality. I think if you put Michael Jackson in a versus Prince, and it's similar to you put Michael Jackson in the studio by himself, and you put Prince in the studio by himself, and you see what they came out with, Mike's going to be in trouble. Prince is going to be fine. Now, if you tell me to put Michael Jackson's catalog up against Prince's, we're going to have a problem because that's going to be a really good battle.
Well, and that's where, in that same vein, I think that's where we come across. I think you're looking at that the same way I'm looking at the like the sort of similar to how I'm looking at Mike versus the Beatles, right? Like, or even better against like John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Either or is fine. Mm-hmm. And my thing is like in that situation, I think you're right. Prince. I think Prince could outplay Mike, but Mike could outperform Prince
every time.
The end
result is going to be way different every time.
And the thing is, for that, I would say that they're more evenly matched. But like I said, if you're talking about the Michael Jackson unit, as in like I said, Mike, like you said, Quincy Jones, like the producers, the musicians, then yeah, in that case, I gotta give it to Mike. I like the Beatles were good, but I don't think they can hold. I don't think they hold up against that.
And that's where I get into all of these things. If I'm thinking about Michael Jackson and I'm thinking about Thriller, I'm thinking about Michael Jackson. Quincy Jones, for me, is a personal thought because I'm a big music lover. The average Joe is not thinking about Quincy Jones. You say Thriller, they thought Michael.
Yeah, but
and because all of that is attached to him, I think all of that comes to his advantage when it comes to the boost and everything. All the people that made Michael Jackson just puts him in the forefront. I think the same thing literally happens with Drake. You have a big, huge, massive super team of this person, this corporation, this happening. Of course your sales are going to boost. Of course you're going to skyrocket past. You have a legitimate advantage in terms of that, on top of just being naturally gifted.
So, well, okay, and that's the thing, because I know like we're talking public perception, but like you and I are in the music industry in one way or another, right? Like we can't just look at it as like, oh, we have to look at that unit as a whole. So in that respect, I apologize. You're correct. In that respect, I gotta give it to the Jackson unit and not just to the. You're right on that.
However, Thriller is not Thriller's best song. I'm just saying.
It is.
No, it's not.
And I'll tell you another reason why.
So, all right. So when you break it down, culturally speaking, agree to disagree. The most popular song, according to Spotify on that album, is Billie Jean. With that being said, I do think Billie Jean is a weaker song than Thriller.
No.
And this is why Billie Jean sits where it is because of its replayability. You can play Billie Jean anywhere. Thriller is a song that's like,
I feel like Thriller.
Okay,
what are you talking about?
No. Give me this. Okay. Think about classical music. You do not play classical music everywhere. Most people desire a time and a setting for it to be played.
I mean that's most people, yeah, because I like classical music.
I play classical music all the time, but most people would play classical music for a time and a setting specifically. I think very same thing for Thriller. Even though Thriller is, in my opinion, the best song on the album, it doesn't necessarily have to be the most played. And the reason why is because the best song isn't always the most played song. There are 8 trillion albums I could point out right now off the top of my head where the best song on the album is not the most popular song by any means.
I would say that in that respect, you can't mention that without mentioning Earth, Wind, and Fire in September, right? Like September
absolutely
is what I mean. It ended up being on their greatest hits, but that's the only like album, quote unquote, that it's ever really been on. And even on that greatest hits, I don't think it's the strongest song on that album. No, so I understand where you're coming from.
It's not their best song, yeah.
Like I understand where you're coming from with that, but I would also argue that there a case, and again, I'm not necessarily the person because I'm not the most well versed in Michael Jackson to make this.
How?
I am. Trust me.
How? Don't make me do a whole history on Michael Jackson. Don't make me do this.
I said I'm not the most well versed on it.
All right.
With Michael Jackson.
All right.
You're wrong. I grew up with Michael Jackson, but I'm not the most. I'm not the most well versed on him. But somebody could make a case that there is at least one other song on there. Like I think it. I don't know, because I agree with all the points on both sides that have been made. You could make a very strong case for Thriller being the best song on that album and one of the best songs ever written, and I will quasi agree to that. But also, you can make a song that there might be another song on that album. I'm not the person to make that claim, and I'm definitely not the person to back it up. So
what's your favorite song on the album? Out of the 9 songs,
my favorite song isn't Thriller. That's what I keep trying to say. I don't think that the favorite is going to make the big jump in terms of what boils down to the best song of all time, the greatest, most masterful song, the biggest masterpiece on the album.
Well, in that regard, I can kind of see both sides of that too, because like, for example, Queen. My favorite Queen song isn't Bohemian Rhapsody, even though it is regarded as their best song.
Yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody is nowhere near the best Queen song. What are you talking about? It's their
Are you
Most notable
crazy?
song.
But for that case, my favorite Queen song is
Another
Death on Two
episode.
Legs. It's a known song, but it's not that well known.
Ooh, the biggest one for me is Bon Jovi's "Wanted Dead or Alive." I don't know why that's such a popular song. It is not his best song.
I like Runaway a lot better.
That's probably one of his best songs.
Runaway is one of his best songs.
I wouldn't put "Wanted Dead or Alive" anywhere near when it comes down to Bon Jovi's catalog.
But in that same thing, you have to throw popularity and replayability in there too, because
in a versus. This
like
isn't a versus.
Slippery, well, yeah, because you got like Slippery When Wet, right? Because that's when Living on a Prayer came out, right? And that is regarded as probably Bon Jovi's most popular song.
Actually, on that album,
Yeah.
I think "You Give Love a Bad Name" is my favorite song on that album.
That's another good song, but again, like his most popular song is not his best song. Another one, in my personal opinion, is Duran Duran. I think Rio is a great song.
Yeah.
I think, Hungry Like the Wolf is all right, but my favorite song is off of one of their newer albums. It's called Reach Up for the Sunrise. That is one of my favorite Duran Duran songs, and it came out in 2003.
I like "Leave the Light On" by Duran Duran.
Prince, "Purple Rain." My favorite song was "Never Purple Rain."
My favorite song was Never Purple Rain.
Well, what was your favorite Prince song?
Everybody's favorite song is "Purple." I don't know why.
All right.
What was your favorite
good
Prince song?
song.
What was your favorite Prince song, Elijah?
My favorite. Oh, his favorite.
Mine, "Doves Cry."
Oh, "When Doves Cry." Okay.
Yeah.
Every time it's just something about it.
I have a two-way, one for music and one for nostalgia. Because "When Doves Cry" is my favorite Prince song. But my other one is oh man, it's one my dad used to play all the time, and it was off his album "Rave Unto Joy Fantasmic," man.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Rave Unto Joy Fantastic. That's what it was. And then, but the song was called, I gotta find it because it's been forever since I've listened to it. Man, I can't find it. Oh well.
Yeah,
I can't find it, then it's not your favorite song.
No. It was like I said, it was my favorite for nostalgia reasons because my dad used to play it all the time, but I can't remember the name of it. But it was one of those to be like, I love this song. But
I can think of
also in the song. But also, I think that one of the songs he used to do with Third Eye Girl when he was touring. As a matter of fact, he played it when he was on the Arsenio Hall show back in like 2011.
Arsenio Hall. No, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Every time I hear Arsenio Hall, I forget that that's a person.
Arsenio Hall. Oh, that's on a fifth.
It sounds like a banquet. Like it never sounds like a person to me.
Oh man.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
You know what? We've been talking for a long time. Marcel, what's your favorite song on the Thriller album?
It's actually a two-way tie.
Oh.
Okay.
Lady of My Life and Billie Jean.
Whoa. Should have been
Lady of My Life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hot take.
That is a hot take. It's not a bad song, but that is
not
a
bad
hot take.
song.
My favorite song is "Wanna Be Starting Something" because I think the craziest way and the biggest flex to starting an album is "Wanna Be Starting Something." The literal start of the album is "Wanna Be Starting Something."
Wanna be starting something.
That's hard. Come on. That's hard.
Too long to get under.
I was like, oh, it's so meta. Yeah, no, that song is just a party.
It is pretty great. Quincy Jones' best. I wouldn't say. I mean, it is his best because it's the highest selling album of all time.
But say, have y'all ever heard "She's Always in My Hair"? Because that might be one of my like.
She's Always in My Hair. Oh, by Prince.
Yeah, Prince and Third Eye Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
I was like, I
watched them do it on Arsenio Hall, and I was like, this is. I like this.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song.
But I also think if we're going to talk about that, it's very hard to start blending genres and all that because we get kind of distorted because we grew up in an era in which like Michael Jackson was already king, right? Like that was an era
like that. We were kids.
Yeah, but I'd still because Michael Jackson is still regarded to as one of the greatest individuals to young children.
By the time I became a teenager and went to high school, he was pretty much dead.
First, how about this? He died when I was in elementary school, and I'm sitting here having this argument with you
Elementary school.
Yeah, Elijah's like 17, bro.
You a baby.
Yeah, no, I'm not 17. I'm 23.
I'm about to say for the official record, please. How old are you? Yeah, 23.
23.
He's 23.
Okay.
Man, elementary school in 2009.
Elementary school.
Wow.
Because let's see,
That's
that was what, 09? I was
09. June of 09.
I was 10 years old.
I was 13.
I was 10 years old.
I was about to go to high school that year.
Like I'm sitting here going hard for Michael Jackson at 23, 13 years after his death. Like,
God, has it been that long?
Yes.
Damn.
Actually, yeah.
I will say Prince is the only person. I will say though, Prince is the only person I know who could make everything about him. And again, I refer to the Arsenio Hall show because he was the only artist on that show, both of the times it ran, who took over the entire show, changed the color of the show, did all this other stuff. And as far as I know, that was kind of Prince everywhere he went.
Yeah, but you're also talking about the man who didn't have to necessarily do that because he had the power to buy his competitor's entire catalog.
All of his competitors.
Like all of them. They're all of them.
He bought M&M's too.
He did. I love that was just Michael Jackson's backhand. Like, okay, keep messing with me, I'm gonna buy you.
You know what? I got you. Hold on.
Michael Jackson was the only person out here really legally buying people.
He was like, you belong to Neverland now.
He was
you
like,
can't even sell you can't get your music played without him getting paid. Like you can't.
Said, you know what? I need an extra moat. I'm gonna buy your music.
So I want another Ferris wheel and another monkey.
Another monkey? All right. That's don't go on this monkey right now.
Well, look like we're building Neverland too.
He was like, who do I have to buy to get another monkey today? Like,
don't go in on. What was his name again?
You buying people just to get a monkey?
Wasn't
like
it Bubbles?
You belittle people to monkeys.
Something crazy like that.
It was Bubbles, man. Like, how dare you touch? How dare you mess with Bubbles? Like, oh man,
he named it Bubbles. God damn.
Hey yo, remember when Justin Bieber had the monkey?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
Monkey?
Did you just say?
Yeah, he did. He had one.
I'm not even joking. Justin Bieber had a monkey, and then they he went to Germany with it, and they was like, "Hey, bro, what you doing with this monkey?" And they took his monkey.
Yeah, we don't need this. We already got too many in here. We already got too many in Germany. Anyway, on that point,
got Haley. You already got Haley. I mean, so
he had a whole campaign about it, like, "Help me get my monkey back."
In Germany. Yeah. All right. All right, y'all. That's been
why you got a monkey?
That's been a good edition of the Great Debaters. I'm your host, Chris Canty, Elijiah Miller, Walter Wheathens, and Marcel Smith. What do you guys think? What is the best song on the Thriller album?
And why is it Thriller?
Please share in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the KrisCross Corner YouTube page. Watch the KrisCross Corner Tuesdays and watch the Great Debaters every month, first or second week of the month, every month until Christmas. So next argument we have, actually it's not really an argument, it's more of a court case against Basil Lowe.
What
did he say this time?
He said, okay. He said, this is for the record, everybody. He said he's going to a 80s and 90s concert in Toledo.
Mm-hmm. He was about 25 at that time.
Yes, he said, what's his name?
Put
he
this
said
man
that
back in court.
Yes, we're putting him back in court. He didn't know who Rob Bass was.
Oh, I'm with Basil.
Yeah.
Rob Bass?
I probably do, just not off namesake.
Rob Bass and DJ Easy Rock. It Takes Two.
I know DJ Easy Rock is. Oh! I didn't know there was another.
Yes, and then he didn't know who Kid and Play was.
Woo.
Oh no, that's
he
got to be stopped.
He has to be stopped.
Hey, y'all forget Basil. No, wait, okay, so I gotta ask before we go. Did Basil grow up in the culture?
He
No.
did. He did. He grew up liking, the culture's music.
Okay, no. So you have
That's
to
not what I
understand. There's like there's a different type. So you have the people who grew up in the culture who like literally were always around someone who was always around someone who knew about people who knew about people who knew music, which means they weren't just getting all the popular mainstream stuff that everyone knew, but they were also getting all the underground people, the Anita Bakers before they came out. Back when Motown was a thing. And then you have the people who were in the culture. Like I listened to hip hop. I knew what was going on in the mainstream
Right.
hip hop, but I never heard in that.
Okay.
And so they they know
that's
like
Basil.
Big
That's
Daddy
Basil.
Kane. They know Redman, Wu-Tang. They don't know who.
They don't know who Wu-Tang is.
They don't know.
No.
They don't know MS Doom is.
No, they know who Wu-Tang is. They don't know the all the members.
Oh, what?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's Basil.
I remember.
Here's one.
Here's
Here's one that's gonna kill y'all. He didn't know who Africa Bambaataa was.
Wait, who?
Whoa.
Wait, you cut in and out on that. Who was?
Africa Bambaataa.
Okay.
25 to life.
That's 60 to life. He ain't getting out until 60 years.
Meet me at the party.
Okay, so
That's
the
all I
next
can think
question
of.
is when are we gonna get when are we gonna get Basil back on?
We're gonna get him back on probably next week. Right after the KrisCross Corner recording. Okay, we're gonna get him. He's gonna stand trial. He has to stand trial. Because the court is backed up to like September.
Because I haven't seen Basil in like 2 months, man.
He on lockdown from his job, and you know what?
I know.
We gotta go save him. We're coming, Basil. Anyway, y'all, that's been another edition of the Great Debaters. See y'all next time.